Okay, here we are at the Dreams Fulfilled in Florida Command Center. We actually came across an opportunity to help LinkedIn with a failure mode. Apparently, they're trying to limit free speech, which I guess is a violation of U.S. constitutional rights. I mean, I guess as a business, they have the right to do that, but the bad press can actually work against their company. So we're going to try to go through the process here and see if we can get our account unfrozen from LinkedIn, but obviously that could be an issue. Um, we actually encountered this back at the turn of the presidential election, dating back to February of 2021, where basically right after the Super Bowl, it was a few days afterwards, somebody attacked my LinkedIn account and they shut me down for 6 weeks. And what I did is I followed up with an audit trail and I put pressure on them because I had evidence the presidential election was stolen. So we're gonna go through the route again and apply the pressure if we have to, and we will get our account back. And like I said, and if LinkedIn doesn't comply, then like I said, we will put negative press on their organization. So hopefully it's just a slip up or a technical failure and we can get this resolved rather quickly so it doesn't impact their business in a negative way. But again, we're going to go through the process and investigate if LinkedIn is properly functioning. And obviously, we don't want them to lose customers. I'm a loyal fan of LinkedIn. But like I said, sometimes they do have very zealot employees who want to hamper free speech. We were actually doing a post this morning on the 9/11 incident where we were actually posting on another client's feed relative to FBI training he was getting. And what we did is my LinkedIn post was censored. And that's what seemed to have started the battle today. And really the 9/11 incident should be investigated again, because really the FBI did not do a proper forensics investigation on the entire 9/11 incident. And from an engineering background, I will explain why. And that's because there was a crater, and the stack of buildings falling at free fall velocity generally does not leave a crater. So what caused the crater? And also we go back to NIST, the National Institute of Standards, which was involved with actually assessing the 9/11 incident. They were involved with basically investigating it. And their only assumption was that the planes had crashed into the buildings on 9/11, which is an incorrect assumption because really they should have been testing for explosives residue as well. And there is a theory out there, and they've done simulations where a small suitcase nuke can actually leave a crater in the ground. So very similar to what was at Ground Zero after the collapse of the buildings on 9/11/01. So like I said, there's enough evidence to really investigate that further. And not to mention, if you do look at the videos of the 9/11 buildings collapsing, you can actually see molten steel oozing from the floors as it was coming down. So, and really, that's the only way a building can fall at free fall velocity, is the structure has to give way. Basically, there's no structure there. That's how an implosion works. So that really does raise questions. And the other scientific fact behind that is jet fuel does not burn hot enough to melt steel. So we have another scientific problem with the theory that jet fuel brought the buildings down. Because if jet fuel does melt steel, planes would not be flying. In fact, a lot of plane parts are actually made of steel. So we have an intrinsic physics problem with the 9/11 investigation. And actually, our team, I was actually in the Buffalo, New York federal courthouse in I think it was in May and June of 2016 approximately. And there was, what I did see when I went inside the building, they had some evidence from the 9/11 collapse that was inside the building, in the federal courthouse building in Buffalo, New York. And again, that gets back to the question is how come a proper forensics investigation was not conducted on the materials that were recovered after 9/11? Because if there was an explosion, like a nuclear small suitcase nuke or some other high energy device, there would have been alteration of the steel. And this would have been very evident with the materials analysis and proper forensics investigation. Instead, they shipped the parts on a slow boat to China for resale to China. It was the sloppiest investigation in American history. And again, it does shame the United States in terms of our law enforcement community to not do a proper investigation on 9/11. And again, remember that was the excuse to go into countries like Afghanistan. So again, that launched the 20-year war that we've had in Afghanistan. And basically, we just withdrew, and now Afghanistan has been taken over by the Taliban again. So we have a failure of U.S. policy. We have lies. We have distortions of truth. We have an issue with law enforcement not properly doing an investigation. We have agencies that lied to the American people, and that's where Dreams Fulfilled stands in the gap. We actually have put together compelling arguments to question the government's stance on these things. Well, just like we did with COVID-19, and Ron DeSantis, the governor of Florida, rallied behind our efforts to expose that lockdowns were killing more people. So we look at things from a practical standpoint here at the Dreams Fulfilled Operations Center. And again, if a system doesn't work, that's where Dreams Fulfilled can come in to investigate and to help the companies so that they can succeed. So we're going to go into LinkedIn. Now, I just recently changed my my network on LinkedIn. It was actually Joseph-Patrick-Lackey-MS-LMT-822030138. So basically when I made that change on the LinkedIn network, for some reason, that did not transfer or did not allow me to update access to all my articles that I wrote. And my articles are actually published under dreamsfulfilledinflorida.com, my website. Those articles are tied into the website, so I cannot get access right now. I tried earlier today, and for some reason with that change, I was going to go back and fix it. But now LinkedIn obviously is harassing me again, and they're saying that I have done something against their policies. They did this right in February of 2021. They initiated this harassment effort. And like I said, I will follow up with an audit trail, and I will put pressure on them until there is no tomorrow. So like I said, they're not going to steal my account again. I had put a lot of effort and time into building my account, and just because some hooligan wants to steal my account because they disagree with my opinions and my scientific analysis, well, shame on them, because like I said, there's a lot of scientific evidence and backing for my opinions, and a lot of questions by American people. And again, we're fighting wars over the 9/11 incident, and it has cost American lives, and has also cost foreign lives, and has ruined U.S. Reputations across the nation, across the world, unfortunately. So this is an opportunity to educate, to help the American people see what happens when government lies, when government hides things, when government doesn't do its due diligence to investigate things. It comes back and bites them, because eventually evidence will be looked at by other forensic people, other scientists, other experts in the field, and they will question, well, why did you tell Michael Silverstein that that Building 7 had to be evacuated? They were going to pull the building. Building 7 was a smaller building that crashed slightly after 5 o'clock, just adjacent to the building, the 9/11 towers that crashed. So the question is, why was he told that they had to abandon the building when there were just small ground fires on the floor? That again raises serious questions as to why he had to do that. And like I said, we conjecture in the Dreams Fulfilled analysis that Building 7 was the command and control center for the entire intelligence operation, whoever was commandeering that operation. Um, I suspect it was one of the offspring agencies of defense, that somehow there was an agency that was activist that wanted us to go to war for many, many. Actually, Wesley Clark, the General Wesley Clark, had actually admitted there was a list of countries that the U.S. was going to go to war with in the 2000s, and actually a lot of those countries have been attacked since. So his list, including like Libya and some of the other countries, were kind of on the target list of countries to go into. So he had a whole list of different targets, and a lot of those countries have been, I guess, attacked or reprimanded. So, like I said, I think there was a side agenda to actually attack a lot of countries, either for military reasons, for dominance in the region, or for mineral oil access. But at the end of the day, though, we still have to question, well, why did they use the 9/11 event as a pivot point? And obviously there's questions there. So I'm going to get back to the LinkedIn work we're doing. Let's try to get LinkedIn working. What I'm going to do is I'm going to share my screen so you can see. Hopefully it'll come up here with what I'm clicking on. Maybe you won't see it, but anyway, I'm going into LinkedIn right now, and I'm going to try to share. I think I took a picture of what I just did. They wanted me to upload a driver's license and different things. So let's see here if I can share something. It's not as easy to share as I hoped. They're not like documents, they're actually lifetime screenshots. But anyways, what I'm going to do is I'm going to upload this thing into what I'm seeing into the image. They want me to upload my driver's license again. And I went through this before with them. I'm really not happy that I'm having to do it again, because it's like constant like harassment. I've been through so much hell, and I create things, and then people come along and destroy everything I do. So it's really frustrating to deal with corruption at a high level, either just because companies don't like what you're doing, or they're jealous, or they don't have the capabilities themselves to do stuff. Now I'm uploading the documents right now, my driver's license, re-uploading it into LinkedIn. Oh, it says something went wrong. I don't know what's happening here. It didn't work. Go figure. So we'll see what happens here. It's not working. Okay. Well, anyways, we tried to help LinkedIn. Let's see what happens. Hopefully, I will get my account back in the future. If not, an audit trail will follow with emails dating back to what happened with the presidential election, and I will use that as a reference point, along with this new occurrence of free speech suppression, with an article I tried to publish relative to the FBI Academy, raising serious questions why the U.S. government did not do a proper investigation of the 9/11 incident. And I guess, like I said, the American people need truth. We don't need, government lies. We want truth from the government so that we can trust and we can be good citizens. And if the government fails us with truth and lies and kills people, that is not the America that most people want. So here we are at the Dreams Fulfilled headquarters. Thank you for your time today, and hopefully we'll be able to resolve LinkedIn's issues. And LinkedIn is, again, an excellent platform, but we're having, like I said, some free speech or communist takeover of the platform, so they sometimes don't like truth. and they like to distort the truth with their own version of distortion. Well, anyways, have an excellent day, and hopefully we will resolve this problem and get our LinkedIn account back. Have an excellent day. Bye-bye.
Recording stopped.